Okay, so this is a video demonstration on how to name and IP a computer. Usually when you're naming and IPing a computer, you will have just freshly imaged this computer. Therefore, it doesn't have a name or an IP address. In this example, this is a desktop station, so we're going to need to manually IP this computer as discussed in previous modules. So let's get started. First, you'll need to click on System Preferences, and you'll go first to the sharing pane, which is right here. When you have freshly imaged a computer, it will likely, the name will be something like MSDWT, like this. So we'll need to double click or highlight that whole thing, and you're going to name the computer based on the typical naming convention that we use. So you'll do your school, and then the room it's in, and then T or S, depending on what kind of station it is. So for this computer, it's in Greenbrier, so we'll do GB dash, it's in the ENL room. If I could have been in like room 4, and then we'd do 04, but in this case it's in a room that's just called ENL, so we'll just call it ENL. And then this is the third teacher station in the room. If it was just a regular teacher station, it's the only one in there, we do T at the end like that, but since there are multiple teacher stations in this classroom, we're going to call it 03T. And then hit enter, and you'll see the name changed right here. So that's done, and now you'd only need to restart the station for that name change to take effect and to communicate with FileWave. As we've covered before, FileWave only communicates with names. That's how it finds and sends files. That's to computers. So you need to make sure the name is exactly right, and you'll need to double check with Samar on that usually. Okay, so now the naming part is done, so we'll go back out to System Preferences and then choose Network. So this one is on DHCP with manual, and we don't want that. We want a manual address. So the IP, you'll double check the IP address with the wall plate in the room. This one is 1051.115. So let me write that down before I change it. Since I am remoted into this computer from the help desk, and we'll click here and then click manually. And we're going to change it to 1051.115 and then hit apply. And so then likely this information would have disappeared normally. It didn't in this case, but let's just pretend it did. So we would so this would just not be, or just say DNS server and be blank here. So let's go to advanced and then go to DNS. And to add the servers, you would hit add like that, and then you type in these specific servers, 1031.88, 1023.8205, because they're already there when we add it. You'll need to make sure the search domain as well is at like the whole address, msdwt.k12.in.us. So once those are there, you'd hit OK. You'd likely have to hit apply again, like we will, and then you should be good. So then we would get out of here and restart the computer. It's also important to note that to do this, you'll likely need to be logged in as admin, which I guess you would be anyway if you're freshly naming an IPing computer that was just imaged. So that's about it. Good luck imaging and naming and IPing your computer.